Good morning. Today I'm going to read you one of my own poems. It's called Because This Is How We Live Now. I wrote it on Monday using a phrase that a friend of mine wrote during this past week. Because this is how we live now, with thanks to Lillian Faith, who puts out crumbs for the robins when it snows during the Exile. Because this is how we live now. Because this is how we mitigate. From the Latin mitis, soft, and agere, to act. We make things soft until the harm has passed. Hearts and bellies, breath and eyes, soften everything. Mitigate. Because this is how we exile. We weep, we rage, we dance in separate living rooms, apart and together. We look into a screen, into each other's eyes, and we name each other beloved. Because this is how we find our edges. We sway and shift, feeling the edge of the pose deep in the muscle, and then we pause and breathe. Because this is how we learn we are not invincible, unconquerable, alone, because we are together in our isolation. Because this is how we flatten the curve of sadness, one small thing at a time, one little loss, and then another, not all at once, taking the time to feel each one together, alone, together. Because this is how spring comes. One day the sweat rolls down between shoulder blades, and on the next day it snows. One day you spend in ashes, and the next within the golden branches of the forsythia bush. Because this is how we live now. I also want to give credit for the Finding Your Edges quote to my friend Yasmin, who leads yoga online during this time. And the quote about finding the flattening the curve of sadness comes from my sister Valerie. And that was Socks, who just put his face into the camera. Take care of each other.